Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to another episode of Football Moshla podcast. And we are back with some crazy transfer stories. And in this episode of the pod, we will be talking about Alexander Isak to Liverpool, João Felix to Al-Nassr, Chelsea going after Jorel Hato and Xavi Simons, and how Manchester City are not talked about that much, but they still signed three quality players that fits their system. Anyways, without wasting any more time, we will get right into it. I am your host, Qazi Adil, and I have with me our wonderful co-host, Fardan Ahmed. Fardan, you can just smile and smile and smile because your Chelsea has this Jamie by no Gittins, right? Jamie
Yes,
Gittins by no
yes,
Gittins, Jamie Gittins by no Gittins. All right, we're gonna be very serious right now.
that's a whole vibe. The Gaten song is a whole vibe. For those who are joining in or are listening, you totally missed out off camera. The nice performance of Jamie Gitten is very catchy.
Yeah,
But yes, today we're talking about the red hot transfer window. It's been so exciting since it opened up. We saw the record breaking signing of Liverpool, but I don't think everyone is talking about Manchester City as much, which Shihan on our earlier podcast mentioned. Hey, you guys are not talking about Man City, but it's not just us. I think rest of the world is also kind of sleeping, but don't worry, we'll get to that. We're going to start with the bomb breaking thing. Isak waiting till the end or near the end of the transfer window to mention that he wants to leave Newcastle, and that has opened up a lot of possibilities. And the clarity that Manchester United had that Sesko is coming in now. Sesko is going to be definitely be looked up on Newcastle to splash a lot of cash for that. So Isak to Liverpool is happening. The bid will be happening any minute now. We're recording on a Sunday on July 27, 2025. So as of Monday morning, while us in the East Coast in US are sleeping, as we wake up, we might get hit with the news. We might get a here we go kind of a thing from a different part of the world. But it's definitely exciting, and Liverpool so monstrous. Florian Wirtz, Frimpong, Kerkez, in addition to what they have already, Alexis McAllister, Mohamed Salah, Cody Gakpo. I have to mention Luis Diaz, who might be leaving, right, Adil?
yeah. So there was an episode of Shorts that was dropped earlier today about the Luis Diaz to Bayern Munich. I did it, that did the short, and we just, shared the news that Luis Diaz is going to Bayern Munich. That's why Isak to Liverpool is gaining a lot of traction, and it is happening at this point. The only thing is that the bid, is it going to be 120 million pounds or is it going to be 150 million pounds? Just to give you a quick heads up, Liverpool are still compliant with PSR, even if they sign Alexander Isak. They also signed Hugo Ekitike for almost 80 million pounds. So the reason is this, that they have so far spent around, I think, 295 million pounds, and they still are compliant with PSR. They can still pay 150 million pounds, but they're also getting the Luis Diaz money from Bayern Munich. That is somewhere in the ballpark of 70 million pounds. So
Insane stuff. Insane stuff. Look at the business mind behind all that.
yeah, so
Money in, money out, and being invested in insane players.
they can raise, apart from one club, there's only one club that cannot sell players and raise money, and unfortunately we are actually supporters of that club. But apart from that club, Chelsea and Liverpool, even Manchester City, they do a great job, even Arsenal to an extent, do a great job of selling players and raising the money so that they can actually go and spend on the new players. It's not confirmed, but I think Liverpool had since they didn't spend that much money in the last transfer window last season, so they have the ability to actually spend 600 million pounds, up to I think the threshold is 600 million pounds to be in the region of the PSR compliant. So let's say 295 mil, like 300 million, and then another 150. What is it? 450 mil.
Yeah, give or take.
450 million pounds. I think they can still spend another 150 million pounds.
And that's still insane. I mean, they're just waiting with that cash for Isak. And Isak is hot property, as we all knew how good he is. And for the slot, the way slot has kind of morphed into that, and he didn't let anyone feel that Klopp is gone. He just came in and became a more monstrous attacking team, like the way I spoke last season. When they do the counter attack, it's a pack of wolves going for their, looking for their dinner. So it's gonna get more monstrous with Wirtz and Isak. Oh my goodness, just imagining it. I saw an animation a little while earlier that how Amorim is crying while everybody's licking their lips. Liverpool attackers, Man City attackers, Chelsea attackers, and Arsenal attackers. And in being a Man U fan, I was like, "Yep, we're gonna get it."
I don't think Amorim is crying at all. To be honest with you, I don't think
Okay,
he
Moshla stuff, guys.
I don't think the way that guy carries himself. I think he wears his heart on his sleeve. So I don't think he's not that much diplomatic yet. Maybe down the line he will be. I don't think he's gonna go for a player that's not gonna listen to him. I'm not saying that Isak will not listen to him, but I think he's going for players that wants to come to Manchester United without Champions League football, and Mbumo and Cunha are the ones.
Mm-hmm.
If there's another episode that's coming up regarding Manchester United, so I'm not gonna spill too much stuff here with that, but I think after this we're gonna have another one on Manchester United, and that is basically how Manchester United are going after. They should go after players that wants to come in and play for Manchester United in their current state. Let's just put it there. So I don't think Isak would have wanted to come in. I don't think Wirtz would have wanted to come in. I don't think Ekitike wanted to come in this current stage. So that's fine. I don't think he's looking for a top 6 finish. So I don't think he's gonna cry that much. Regardless, Amorim.
Definitely, we'll do a full pod on Man U, guys. Don't worry, we love our Man U content. But coming right back, so we talked about Isak. Do you want to move on to Chelsea now?
Yes. So Chelsea are selling. Since we're on the topic of selling, Chelsea are selling João Felix to Al-Nassr. It was hijacked by Al-Nassr because João Felix was initially scheduled to go to Benfica. Everything was in place, but then Al-Nassr flexed their cash and said that, hey, listen, we're going to give you some money. Why don't you come to us? And then he made the move. So I think Chelsea are getting something somewhere around 35 to 40 million pounds from João Felix to Al-Nassr. That actually helps Chelsea go after Jorel Hato from Ajax. He's a center back and also can play left back. That's a good, strong defender, Dutch defender. Young, like somewhere in the ballpark of Timber of Arsenal. So
Good comparison.
yeah, so and that's one, and then they're going for another Dutch player, Xavi Simons. He's a center attacking mid. He can play as a number 10, or also can play on the left attacking mid on the left hand side of the number 10 position. So Xavi Simons,
both very versatile players.
a very versatile player. So can link up pretty well with Cole Palmer and also the rest of the Chelsea team. So
Pedro Neto.
Pedro Neto is also he made it the right wing his own. So Pedro Neto. So Chelsea are looking pretty solid in this. We should actually talk about this a little bit. That Chelsea's, I think, the oldest player for Chelsea in the Club World Cup final was Christian Nkunku, who was 27 years old. And he was the oldest player. And that young team outran and outclassed PSG. So just to give you an idea that Chelsea are building a very strong young team, and Giovanni Quenda from Sporting, who's shown under Amorim, is a done deal. He's coming next season. So Chelsea are actually Chelsea are pretty well set. So they like we were mentioning, they signed Jamie Giddens. His name is, I think, Jamie Bino Giddens.
You can't say that name normally, can you?
Nah, Jamie.
It has to be a sing-song word.
Jamie Bino Giddens. So Jamie Bino Giddens, João Pedro. We cannot. João Pedro single-handedly took down PSG to an extent alongside Cole Palmer.
Yes.
So they have Liam Delap, João Pedro, Jamie Bino Giddens. They have Estevio, a Brazilian player who was signed last season. He's going to be part of it this season. So they have these four players alongside Joel Hato and Javi Simons. So this is a very strong Chelsea team.
It's insane lineup. Like we were talking about the Liverpool lineup, but Chelsea lineup gives Liverpool a run for their money. You know, it's if you look at last season or the season before that, the 23-24 season, it was all a Palmer show. Last season we saw, obviously it was Palmer not as much. It was carried mostly by Enzo, Pedro Neto, to some extent Madueke, but it was a thing. But we have to talk a little bit. I'm just going to mention a little bit Moises Caicedo. How good was he in the Club World Cup final? Um, and how good he's going to be for FPL aspect as well in terms of defensive points. We're going to get to that in a later podcast. But I think Caicedo has really a commanding presence in the Chelsea team, and he is a cornerstone of their attack and their defense as well. So he's right in front of the Levi Colwills and the Kukureas, and to some extent, when Hato plays, he's going to be excellent.
Even I think they recalled Chalobah back from Crystal Palace halfway through the season, and Chalobah and Colwill made a great partnership in center back position. So I think that's a strong, and they're very athletic, very strong, and speed. They have got speed. Chelsea has a lot of speed. They will not be outrun by not any teams. I can say that they might be outpassed by teams, but they will not be outrun. Even PSG couldn't outrun them. So.
Oh yeah, I think in terms of the fastest team in the Premier League, a very very good point. I don't think anyone has spoken about it, Adil. So again, a very very good analysis.
Thank you for that. And now we can move on. Or do you want to talk about Chelsea, or we can move on to your favorite rival club? Yeah, you like that, right? Huh? It's somewhere down the line, this transfer window, they got lost a little bit. They just made all their stuff in the beginning. Manchester City, they have signed so far this window Tijani Reinders from AC Milan. He's a Dutch center mid, replacing Kevin De Bruyne to an extent. Ryan Ait-Nouri, that means Vardiol goes as center back. That's what I predicted. They're going to play 3 at the back, maybe, or 5 at the back sometimes. And Ryan Cherki. Ryan Cherki is a right winger that was infamously made famous by Manchester United over the 2 legs they played against Lyon. But apart from that, I have seen bits and pieces of Ryan Cherki. I think he's a very technical player, but I don't think he has the speed and the technicality. He has the dribble and the technicality, but I think where he's going to get caught out against a team like Liverpool or Chelsea is the speed factor, right? But I don't think Pep Guardiola cares about that. He cares about technically dribbling players who can hold the ball, keep possession, dribble, and are very technical. And then they have signed Nipan. Nipan is a center midfielder from Rosenborg, but I think he's going to be sent back to Rosenborg for loan, and he's going to join next season to Manchester City. And they signed a reserve goalkeeper, Marcus Bettinelli. So he has come in from Chelsea as a reserve goalkeeper. And the breaking news is they're actually signing James Trafford from Burnley. James Trafford initially played for Manchester City. Now he's coming back. And James Trafford to Manchester City raises questions about Ederson's future. There's been a lot of noise about Ederson leaving last season to Saudi clubs. This season, it finally seems like Pep might let Ederson go, or he might leave, or he might become... there's going to be rotation because Stefan Ortega, I think he's in the verge of leaving. So that's the Manchester City transfers ins and outs. Now
the goalkeeper situation is very interesting because Ederson has been number 1 for so long. And we have been seeing news about so many clubs inquiring about him, all over Europe, including Saudi Arabia as well. Ortega, I thought he really wanted to be number 1 in Manchester City. He has that thing. He's famous for stopping Heung-min Son's goal while Pep fell on the floor. I think Man City owes Ortega a lot for that save. That was a Bachpaki save, similar to the world's best keeper. Keeper situation is very interesting all across because Kepa or Ederson, Ortega, Baindir, Mamadashvili in Liverpool. There's so many
Onana.
names. Ona, so many
Onana
names have
is back to training, baby.
back to training.
His
Onana
hamstring
is
is good. He
there's
came to
a,
United States. He saw the warm weather. He's like, my hamstring is good now.
yeah, sure, it is. But yeah, Man City's in terms of Ryan Cherky, good analysis again. I feel like Pep, he has this unique ability to churn the cream out of the crop. So I think he will do that for Cherky. Cherky, I really like how, he takes his chances and he's quick on his feet. His agility is good, but in terms of pace, maybe not as much. But I feel like Cherky really fits the profile. In terms of Kevin De Bruyne's shoes, Reindeer's big shoes to fill. He will definitely give his best under Pep. Again, Pep, I think, can make him better, and Man City is always fierce. Reinhard Nouri on the left would be excellent. I think he in the Wolves team, he was so advanced. He worked hard. His work rate was high. He got goals and assists. Great for FPL asset as well. I think that Vardiol and Reinhard Nouri will really link up nicely in the back. Speaking of Man City, I want to quickly mention Kyle Walker.
Give me the breaking news. I know we know that, but some of them might not know. Where did Kyle Walker end up in?
Kyle Walker went on loan to AC Milan, as we all know, and he did good. He wasn't bad. But he's back in the Premier League under Burnley. And Burnley, as we all know, Adil, you're just imitating. You are know the news for so long. But Burnley is, a newly promoted team. And seeing Kyle Walker, there's going to be really odd, man. I don't know. I can't bring myself to it. I think that, jokes apart, I think he's going to be good, definitely, for Burnley. Kyle Walker is known for me. I like him as a fullback, but I think for Burnley he's going to be good.
So let me get this straight. So their number one goalkeeper, Burnley's number one goalkeeper, James Trafford, goes to Manchester City, and Manchester City's fastest right back goes to Burnley.
Moshla. When I think about it, like
either Kyle Walker has lost his pace, or he has fallen out with Pep Guardiola so much that Pep is like, I don't need your pace. I can use Jamal Pussy to actually cover for you. So that's
Jamai seems so pussy.
Jamai. Sorry, is it Jamai or Jamal or something like that? Whatever. And then there is Khosanov. Remember that?
Of course, the Uzbek.
And then there's Victor Ruiz or Reis. Yeah. So Manchester City actually signed 3 players, and I think 3 players in this transfer window. Alongside Trafford is going to be 4, not 3, but 3 mentionable players. They signed, I think, 5 players officially, and then Trafford will make it 6. And then they did sign a few players in the January transfer window. So Manchester City, watch out for Marmoush and Haaland, actually.
The link up is going to be better this season.
Yeah, so this is going to be some...
The usual suspects are there. Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, Gundogan.
I'm not sure about Phil Foden. Where does he fit in Pep's system? Because last season he didn't play that much. So it's going to be a interesting season for him.
He was great as a sub. As a sub, he was excellent.
Yes, but I think Grealish is also leaving. He's not rated highly. So if Grealish leaves, if Phil Foden doesn't play this season that much, then I can see Phil Foden leaving next season as well.
He will want to stay in the Premier League.
Yeah, he can go to Aston Villa. Aston Villa will take him.
Yeah, definitely.
By the way, speaking of Aston Villa, Garnacho to Aston Villa is gaining a lot of steam.
Okay, nice. I can see him doing good in that team.
Yes, so he can play under Unai Emery. He can be the Rashford replacement.
He is going to be good.
Yeah,
I can feel it.
That's another player who needs a little bit more pace or a little bit more physicality to actually make it in the Premier League. He has all the skill sets.
He needs to train with Kobe Mainoo and gain that muscle.
Kobe Mainoo put a lot of work in the gym. I think Garnacho spends a lot of time with the tattoos.
He
So
does. He does.
that's
Yeah.
that's
He
that's
practices celebrations more than his goals,
yeah, yeah. So
more than his dribbles. I'm sorry. I really wanted to quickly mention we mentioned João Felix, but as a Cristiano Ronaldo fan, it makes me excited to see him alongside Cristiano Ronaldo. And I think the chemistry in terms of from the Portuguese aspect is going to be better for the upcoming World Cup.
all right, here's gonna be some Moshla stuff, right? Before we wrap up,
Sure,
I'm gonna throw this out there for the
give it
entire
to us.
football community. There was a time when João Felix and Paulo Dybala were compared as Ronaldo's replacement. João Felix is gonna be Ronaldo, like the Messi rivalry. It's gonna be João Felix versus Paulo Dybala. With all due respect, from that point on, I have never seen that happening. I have never found these type of players going to that elite level. They were overhyped. I still think João Felix is overhyped. If you're not overhyped, then you will not be going from loan to loan to loan and end up in Al-Nassr at this stage of your career. With all due respect, you've been loaned to Chelsea twice or three times, and then Atletico Madrid doesn't want to keep you. Diego Simeone, who plays, I don't know what kind of football he plays, but if he doesn't want to keep you, and then if Chelsea, like under two different managers, don't want to keep you, or maybe three different managers, then you're not there. And then Dybala, come on, like he has the skill set, but he's always injured. So I don't think. So speaking of João Felix, yes, he might do very well in the Saudi Pro League alongside Cristiano Ronaldo. He's going to score a bunch of goals or assists, but he's not a European top level player. That's why he is in the Saudi Pro League.
Very well put. It hurts me because I'm a Felix fan, but it's okay. But it's okay. I think that from the Portuguese perspective, it's good to see him there. Make that chemistry. A lot of Portuguese players are actually in Saudi Arabia right now, so which is good. I'm hopeful about Portugal, especially after the Nations League win earlier this year. I can totally see them good, but oh my god, the World Cup is coming, guys. We're gonna have so much content, so
Yeah,
much thing, and this season everybody's gonna look at okay, which country does he play for? A lot of people who don't really follow football, they might like, oh yeah, he plays good. Where is he from? Paraguay, Mexico? It's gonna be that thing. So it's gonna be very exciting.
imagine Phil Foden winning the World Cup with England by not playing for Manchester United this season that much.
I don't want to imagine that.
That's your Moshla for the day. And guys, Phil Foden lifting the World Cup alongside the English team. Yeah, or maybe USA lifting the World Cup. Who knows? Dare to dream. Anyways, I guess anything is possible in football or soccer. But Brazilian and Argentinian fans, we also know that you guys are there or thereabouts. So don't get disrespected.
No offense.
No offense, okay? Yeah. But Carlo Ancelotti might fix Brazil. Let's put
Ooh,
it that way.
that gives me hope.
All right, so we've talked about it. I think Isak to Liverpool is the one to watch. We will keep you posted. We will be posting shorts or these long form contents regardless. For you to be notified, please subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification, and just write a comment. All right. Even if you don't want to write a comment, just type something up like A B C D E F G.
Emojis.
Emojis are good too. Right. Anyways, we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.